Audio test. How's everything sounding here? We are live and having a great time while doing it. All right. Ooh. Just going to do some audio testing really quick. This is an engineering test bonus stream. We're making sure that we have good audio levels with my new microphones and setup. See how everything looks. Okay, I think I'm going to turn up the gain on the microphone slightly. Gain is now set at -6. Noise floor testing, and then that was noise, and then this is audio levels. Sweet. Okay, well, let's send out the blast. Let everyone know we are live. All 16 quadrillion super fans throughout the galaxy. Absolutely no larger phenomenon in the interstellar miniature wargaming community than the recent soft launch of Blue Echo Games' Shattered Moon Public Alpha 1. Welcome. Okay, so welcome to test stream for Blue Echo Games. We're going to be doing some stuff every Sunday, Sundays with Blue Echo. And right now, our newest and proudest creation is a miniature war game called Shattered Moon. I'm extremely excited to show everyone what we've been working on. You can see here the Alpha 1 rulebook is ready. I may or may not have devoted my entire existence to this for the last 4 years. You can determine whether or not that was worth it, but I've had a ton of fun building this and I can't wait to share it. So without further ado, let's play some Quick Start. Quick Start is a core rule set. When you move into farther and more complex versions of the game, nothing in the Quick Start is invalidated. So for example, combat is still going to be the same systems. You just might have a little bit of extra flair you can use. So everything we see here is going to be 100% valid basically from your first game till you're in the Pro Tour, which doesn't exist yet, but soon. And one thing, because it is Friday and because it is a test stream and because I'm feeling a little bit adventurous, I'm going to add some secondaries on top of that because I've been really enjoying playing the game with secondaries because they add to that back and forth feel, and then they make bad dice luck not hurt as bad because when you get stomped by the dice, you get a little secondary, which is great. And let's get started. So we'll start by introducing the board. This is the board. These here are objectives for Quick Start. They're just objectives. Technically, this would be considered a major objective because holding them scores you victory points. I will point here to the scoreboard. This here represents our current score. So green team winning by 1, red team winning by 1. Currently, it is turn 1 and tied. Then we have a couple of buildings here. These buildings are basically completely solid. You can't move through them. You can't see through them. Certain infantry with the adaptable trait, which is kind of more like your humanoid standard soldiers, they can take the building when they move. That makes them elevated, which helps with their shooting, and it also means that incoming attacks are going to suffer a penalty. Then we have some obscuring terrain here, like these tank traps. You can still shoot through it. Agile units can move through it at a penalty, but anything you're trying to do through it is generally going to be less effective than straight, and similar for low terrain. The difference is that if you're elevated, you can shoot over low terrain without any penalty. These green dots here are our deployment points. And then this here is red team's little base of goodies. You've got some deflector arrays. We've got some beacons, which let you hold objectives without standing on them. We've got these call aid tokens. You can see they're like a first aid symbol. And then last but not least, you can radio in and spot enemies. That's all we need for Quick Start. And I'm just going to explain what I'm doing as I'm going. And if anyone has any questions or wants to chit chat, let me know. All right. So what we'll do is I'll roll a D10, and if it's odds, then we will have red go first, and they'll have initiative on turn 1. And if it's evens, then green will have initiative on turn 1, and it's 4. So that means that green has initiative on turn 1, which is really great. And because this is a test stream, I'm going to take a second to keep my audio up with my chat because that sounds like a good idea to be able to see both. Okay, great. So we'll go to the support phase. Now, Quick Start turn 1, there's not really much to do on the support phase. The board is empty. So we're going to proceed to orders. Now, this is alternating systems. So I will activate the first unit on my sheet. Think of it like a batting order in baseball. You go down the order. So Vanguard is first. Vanguard is this super sick, gigantic walker, about 6 inches tall. This is an upcoming kit that we're going to offer soon. I'm still perfecting the STL, and I need to add some more weapon customization options, but very soon this will be available and you can tower over your fearful enemies. All right, so to start, I will deploy, and I can deploy by running, sprinting, or charging. There's no one to charge. They're pretty slow, so I'm gonna go ahead and sprint, and I'm playing with cards. So I'll flip a card. And you can see here, these are the 5 different speeds. Now for running, I have a run score of 1. So I'm gonna move 14 inches, up to 14 inches, not exceeding, but I can do less. And I generally feel like if you can take an objective on turn 1, take an objective. But that's a bit of an open sight line. And I don't necessarily want to get completely bodied like that. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think because my 14 inches doesn't really do very much for me, I am going to go here, and then I'm going to use a supplemental action after running to activate deflectors. Then their activation is done and it goes to me. And then I, red team, who, because I like the red team, sometimes I refer to them as I, but I promise I'm not completely biased. And then this is another prototype version of the same mech. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to offer the two-handed sword because it's kind of hard to pose it that way. But this is a one-of-one test model, and Vesa, she is the GOAT. And I am going to actually sprint. So I'm going to declare a special sprint action. That lets me use the faster card down here, which is 15 inches. And I am going to just barely nab this objective like this. Make sure that my unit center point is over the objective so that I control it. In Shattered Moon, units are basically a point that is their center, and then they exert a 5-inch zone of control. So your individual unit size doesn't necessarily matter much. You can use whatever models you like, and the game's system will generally give you your stats and all of that. All right, next up, red line. Red line, you know, vroom vroom kind of red line. This is my J16 Mark II 4x4. They actually are a transport, and they currently have all of my infantry in the party bus. So they are going to sprint, and they sprint on a 4, which gives 32 inches, which is absolutely insane for a turn 1 sprint to yield 32. I love that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself right here, make sure I'm safe. I don't want to get clobbered, but that leaves my deployment options absolutely open and very powerful. All right, next up, Anna's Finest, my cavalry. And they are bonded, which means that when audio test, that seems a little bit loud. Maybe turn it down just a touch. Maybe minus 1.5, is that better? Okay, cool. So they are bonded. Think of the horse and the rider, they have to negotiate. If there's no enemies within 16 inches of them, they get faster movement because the horse isn't scared, so they can gallop. So what they're going to do, because they're kind of fragile, they're not going to sprint, they're going to run, which is great. That's a 20 because they have a run speed of 4, which goes up to 24 because of their bonded trait. And then I am going to, I don't want to get completely charged out there. So what I think what I'll do is I'll have them get as forward as possible to prepare for next turn. And they're going to hang out here. And then for their supplemental action, they're going to activate deflectors. All right, great. Now, next up is Spearhead. Spearhead are my 2 little lizards. They are going to deploy from the transport. So that's a special rule the transports have. And they are going to run. And that gives them 16 inches, which is a pretty good roll. And they're a little bit vulnerable, but they also really like to get in close. They have a great ferocious trigger. And so I'm actually going to move on to this objective here and place a shield. And that's really nice. If the objective is closer to the enemy deploy point than it is your deploy point, it counts as a far objective and you get increased score for holding it, incentivizing people to attack, be aggressive. All right, Firestorm. Firestorm are my blue versions of the lizards, and they are going to run 12 inches. That's not great, but that is enough to get here. And I'm going to use my supplemental action. I am going to shoot. It's not a great shot because it's obstructed by this terrain and they have a shield. If I'm next to the low terrain, it doesn't obstruct me because I'm shooting over it. But I feel like we got to take some shots, make some damage go through. All right, sweet. So let's look at how combat works. So in combat, I am going to look at my weapon, which is 1 attack per unit. My Echo 3 submachine gun. This here, 6 units, so I get to roll 6 attack dice. It's their base aim plus their evasion, so 4 plus 4. So these are going to be 8 ups. And with these dice, we play that a 0 is a 10. So 2 hit. Now, if there's a penalty, we will proceed to the penalty roll, which is a 6 up, which 1 hits. And then if there's a shield, we do a shield roll, which is also a 6 up, which hits. And so then we'll proceed to damage, which is damage minus armor, 2 damage minus 0 armor on Spearhead. So one of the Spearhead units takes 2 damage, and they have 3 damage per model. So one of them is damaged, the other one is fine. And if I'm being honest, that was a kind of the best thing I could have hoped for on that attack. All right, now Arclight will activate, and Arclight will activate by running. I'm playing against myself, so I don't always say out loud what I'm doing because I can read my own mind. But that's going to be a run. And generally, if the person flips without saying that it's a sprint, it defaults to a run. That gives me 12 inches to work with. And I think it's time for us to get right in here. And am I within 20? No. And I'm not going to use my last shield here, so I'm just going to hold. All right. And let me see what I can do. This is a test stream. We're checking audio settings. Audio's still coming through. All right, great. And sweet. No dropped frames. High upload. Sweet. 30 frames per second. All right. Next up, Ruby. Ruby is a weaponed team. Ruby would love to get in a position to harass some tanks next turn, so we'll run. And that gives me 13 inches because I got to lug this turret around. I'm very, very slow. And I do not want to get anywhere near spearhead because they will munch me to pieces. And as they get hurt, their ferocious trait is more likely to trigger and give them that rending attack. So just have to avoid them if I'm a weapon team. All right, Helio. Helio is going to be the 6th and final model to spawn out of the party car and will run. I remembered that time. 14 inches. Now these Pugessa Prime covert operatives are pretty shifty. They're not good at charging. Their charge distance is as bad as it gets, but their movement and shooting are pretty decent. All right, sweet. So we're definitely going to attack there because why not? So Helio's going to use their Pugessa Munitions 38 with the compensator. 16 inches, I checked, I'm in range. I get 3 attacks here, right? 1 model, 3 attacks, and then it's a 4-up plus a 4-up, so 8 ups. Sweet, I hit 2. Now, this would have a penalty. This has a penalty. I don't get penalized by this because I'm standing here, but my center point to center point traces through this terrain, so there is a penalty. But the PM38 is an impact weapon type, which means that you automatically pass those 6-up penalty rolls. So this is 2 hits. Each one does 3 damage. Now, a single hit can only damage a single model. So even though these little guys only have 1 health per model, the other damage is wasted. But there's some tension here. We're gonna fight. All right, Violet is my sniper. And here's the thing, when you've got snipers, snipers run turn 1. Absolutely, 14 inches. Now, I really have to get there to take the building. So it's not, I can't quite take the building, but I am going to move here, and I'm going to take a pot shot, sniper shot on Helio. So this is my A4 Kraken sniper rifle, 1 shot, 2 up, finesse weapon type, which means that I ignore your evasion. So this is just a 2 up. Bang with a 7. Now, it is penalized. Not penalized here, but beep, 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 beep. Tracing the line of sight, they get cover. 6 up. Bang! Let's go. No shield. Now we'll proceed to armor. 4 damage minus 1 armor. So that's 3 damage marked on Helio. And Helio's at about half health now. Now, the whole reason that this game exists, we get to play with our tanks. And we will run with Mouse. Yes, my gigantic patent tank is called Mouse. 22 inches, which is fantastic. That lets me take this objective here. Now, line of sight, I could take a little energy shot here, ignore that shield. No, I'm not within range at 16, so I don't want you to counterattack me with a crazy armor-piercing weapon, so I'm going to place a deflector array and pass. Now, I will have Honor Guard activate. Now, this is Honor Guard. I worked on this over the winter break. This is a, what is it? It's a Bulldog, old model, but I kit bashed some of my own custom weapons on it, so it's a little more sci-fi. But I'm super into this new toy and can't wait to destroy some enemies of prosperity with it. I will run. Ooh, 28 inches. That's that kind of speed we need. But I'm not actually going to use it. I am going to position myself here. Tank's very bad in melee, but I'm going to line up. You know what? Actually, I think I need to whittle you down. So I'm going to use my Hydra Swarm missiles, which is 5 attacks, 3 up, 3 plus 4 is 7. And that gives me 2 hits. Now, This is an impact weapon, so I pass the penalty roll, but you are shielded, so I do have to make a 6-up deflector roll. No! Oh, they both miss. Okay, no, it's fine. I'm not completely devastated. You are. Now we'll resolve damage. So whoever has initiative resolves first. Green's damage resolves here. My damage resolves here. Units who are marked for death, like models who are marked, they finish the turn and then they die. All right, then we'll go to objective score. So I have 1 objective point and you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 2 points for holding a far objective. So max, you get points equal to the distance, max 2. So 1, 2 goes to green. Now, whoever is losing the objective battle gets this, which is the token I'm using right now for artillery lock or target lock. And target lock is going to give red a little offensive boost, just a little something to try to even out this pretty devastating map situation. And they're also going to get scenarios on turn 2 because they're losing. So we'll go to the situation report. Initiative on turn 2. Initiative switches to red, and then I'm playing with secondaries. So because I'm down by 2 points, I will roll a secondary, and a 3 is exploration. So if I move 4 units with runs or sprints this turn, then I will get a single victory point, and we'll mark there. Is there a way to make it visible? Can you see the 3 exploration? That's a little rough, but you know, we'll do our best. It's the 3 here. It's exploration. Okay. Now we will do the support phase. So if anyone called for aid, they will heal. No one called for aid. Now, you will alternate each doing a support mission. And in Quick Start, the support missions, you're kind of given a small set of options for free. And I can either move a unit 6 inches, or I can add +4 range when charging an enemy. And I think what I am going to do as red team is I am going to move, get close. Yeah, those are pretty good charges. I think I'm going to actually move my cavalry 6 inches like that, because that will help me contest if I want to charge. It just puts me in a good situation. And what does green want to do? Do they want to move 6 inches? Well, this is not good for me. So I can either try to defend the objective and lose my tank, or I can kind of concede the objective with a 6-inch move, and that's like the worst possible thing, because then I'm off the objective, and if they charge me, they'd get on it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move like this to basically hold the objective but keep them off it. When you charge to 2 inches, and that would mean that they wouldn't get on the objective. Then the person with target lock could use it for an artillery strike, but I'm going to hold off and go to orders. And we'll start with Vesa. Okay, Vesa is going to use their main action to place a beacon, and then they will run, which is 13 inches, which isn't great. But they will do this. All right. Vanguard did not take this objective very, very hesitant, but I don't think I need them to take that objective. They are going to run, and that is 15. When you begin your activation, you lose your deflector, and I am going to basically spend 2 inches to move over this with my agile trait, and that allows me to move here, which might be really risky because that's an anti-tank gun, but I think I can soften them up. So I'm going to use my TX-44 Lightning, 20 inches. I'm in range. 2 attacks, 3 plus 3, 6 ups, both hit. Penalty, 6 up, nothing. Darn it! All right. Anna's finest. So now, if we charge the tank is basically kind of trapped in melee, but that's not going to get us the objective. So, and if we move a lot of units, if we run a lot of units, I'll track the number of units I've had run so far. If I have units run or sprint, that really helps me. So I'm going to have them run, and they won't get that +4, but they still get 25 inches. And what I'm going to have them do is run here and lose their shield. Bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum, bum. And that allows them to take that objective. And then they are going to shoot their armor-piercing carbines at the tank. So 2 up, 20 inches, that's definitely in. This is an open shot. 2 plus 1 evasion. 3 up, miss 1. Not penalized, shield, 6 up, both hit. Now, the carbines have the armor-piercing weapon type, which means that you treat their armor as 0. So instead of them having 3 armor, they essentially have 0 armor, and that means I hit both of those. So that's 2, I believe both hit, yes. So that is 2 damage marked on mouse. Red line has done their job dropping people off from the party car, so they are going to run, which again, they're just so fast, 27 inches, but we don't even need to worry about that. Again, they're not agile, so they have to skirt, run around like this, and I don't really have a good shot. They're more of a strafing vehicle. They have to get pretty close to get that VATEC armor-piercing turret in range, but so they'll just drop it. Ah, man, is that a waste of a shield? Maybe someone else needs a shield. You know what? Someone else probably needs a shield. I'm not going to use my 3rd shield on them. Okay, Firestorm here. Firestorm are going to charge. That is an 11 plus 2 because I have to. Ooh. +4, +2, +2, so 11 goes to 15. And I flip, and they charge on a 3, and so I got a 24, so I definitely got it. And when you charge straight at them, and you close to 2 inches. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't allow me onto the objective, but I am going to slash. So I have run twice. Okay. Now my ferocious doesn't trigger. I have 4 health, they have 3 health. So I'm just going to do my normal attack here, and I am going to do my controlled flurry. 2 plus 3, 5 ups. Lose this one. 6 up penalty because I am attacking with a slash through a barrier. And each one deals 2 damage. That is 1 damage, 2 damage minus 1 armor. So a further 2 damage marked on Helio. 1, 2, up to 5. Now, if I get the kill, that's huge for me, right? So I'm actually going to cash in my target lock on a bonus attack. And this is 5 rending attacks. Rending attacks treat your armor and evasion as 0. These are 6 ups. Okay, I got 2. penalty. 2 damage, no shield. So that's 2 further damage. And that means that Helio is marked for death. Helio will still get to crack back before they die when they activate, but they are marked for death. And I think that was a good use of the target lock, because now I don't have to waste another unit's activation to take out Helio. Okay, Spearhead will lose their shield. Spearhead currently have 5 health, so I wouldn't get the ferocious trigger there. But, you know, you don't necessarily need a ferocious trigger. This is 6 inches. Your minimum card flip's 8 inches. We always flip just so that there isn't that weird, should I flip, shouldn't I flip? You always flip, but this is a guaranteed in. This allows me to keep them off the objective, because if they were to exit melee, they would get an adjustment move. And this allows me to basically lock them down. Now I've got my 2 units. Each one has 2 Talon Strikes. These are 5 up when slashing, 5 up finesse. Ooh, dice betrayed me. And penalty. Penalty if they're already in melee or you're attacking through a barrier. There's both, but penalties don't stack. So a penalty. And the dice dampening system just did me dirty there. No bounce, just a 4. All right, we'll take it. It's okay. I'm not upset. Ruby. All right, I really probably want to do some movement. I lose this. And statistically speaking, precision, an obstructed shot with precision is worse than a clean shot. And I want to get my run triggers. So I am going to run, which gives me 18 inches. And I have now run 3 units this turn. And I am going to put myself right here, which allows me to take a clean shot here at Vanguard with my Nova anti-tank cannon. This is 3 up. They have 0 evasion, so just a 3 up. 10, let's go. And no penalty, no shield. Armor piercing, 5 damage. Now, mechs are special. They're dual plated. They don't have 1 torso of 8 health. They have 2 sections of 4 health. So Vanguard's outer shell will break, but that 5th damage won't actually go through because they essentially have that stop damage stopper at their chest, at the halfway mark. And I don't get to double activate. All right, Arclight. Arclight is going to place a beacon, and then, well, I don't want to shoot because I'll kill my own guys, and I'm not in range there. So I will place a beacon, and then I will run to try to take a better position. And they're pretty fast, 16. It's nice having movement speed of 3. Now, can I take that building? Yes, because I need basically to do this, and I pay 2 inches to vault this, and that was 14. So now I have taken the building. I have evasion. Incoming attacks, slashes, and shots will have a penalty, and I am elevated, which means that if I shoot, my line of sight ignores low terrain. All right, Violet here. Violet, let's see. I could take a precision shot because I think I'm going to get my 4th run here. So that's what I'll do. I'll take a precision shot into this melee. Pew, pew, pew. All right, so when you're shooting into melee, the best hit number you can have is a 6 up. So my 2 goes to a 6 up. 1 through 5, I hit my own guys. 6 through 10, I hit them. It's an 8. Now, anytime you're shooting into melee, automatic penalty. It missed, but because I elected precision shooting, I get to re-roll one of the steps. I will have the penalty roll be my re-roll, and it still misses. Okay? It was worth a shot, literally. Helio. Helio's going to go down swinging. Helio is going to attack with the Pugessa Poison Blade. Now, strikes in melee never have penalty. We don't care about that barrier anymore. And this is a finesse weapon, and I'm going to go precision because I'm going to die anyways. So finesse, 3 ups. Both hit, so each one is a kill. Slice, slice. And things are looking a little bit dire for Firestorm now. And Honor Guard is going to run 16 inches. Now that completes my secondary trigger, and so red immediately scores a victory point. Good stuff, great job. And I am going to go like this. Beep, 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 beep. And line up a shot with my IOQ broadside system. This is a clean shot. 2 armor piercing, 4 ups. I need both to hit to get the kill. 4 up. Let's go! Double 10s. Bang, bang. I love this broadside system. Fire! And that is 6 armor piercing damage, which is enough to mark Vanguard for death. Let's go! I'm trying not to swear because I'm on YouTube, but I love it when I hit my shots. All right, Mouse mourning the loss of their loved one. Let's see, what does Mouse do? Mouse is just going to stay where they are and go precision into Ruby. So this is a 2 plus 3, so this is a 5 up. Hits, 6 up penalty. Misses, use my reroll because it's precision. Hits, and that is 4 armor piercing damage on Ruby. Ruby has 2 health before death and mark 4. And then we will resolve damage. So whoever has initiative will resolve damage first. Damage resolves. Now green will resolve damage. They lose this unit, and that is a victory point for the kill to red. And then Vanguard goes down. Vanguard is a prize. So because Vanguard is so expensive, killing them is worth 2. 1, 2. And then, now that damage is absolved, we will look at the objective situation. So they managed to hold this. So red has 1, 2, and green has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 points. 1, 2. So we're at a tie game going into turn 3. And lower objective score means that red gets target lock. And then we'll go into turn 3. All right. Now, because we are tied, both players will get secondaries. So green rolled a 3. Green's third objective is disruption. So they have to move onto a far objective. Now they're already on this one, so they would have to try to move on to this one. And let's roll objective here. 2, defend territory. Control or neutralize all close objectives. So this, basically, I can't have enemies on this. If there's no enemies on either of these at the end of the turn, red will score a point. If they manage to get on this one, because they're already on this one, so that doesn't count. If they get this one, they'll score an extra point. All right. Turn 3. Vanguard will redeploy and can either run and activate deflectors or can sprint. And they're going to sprint. Nice, 15 inches. I would love to shred. What do I want to do? Man, I got absolutely rocked. Why am I, you know what? If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. All right, we're going to move a little bit faster now, as I feel like I've explained stuff. So Vesa is going to charge, which is a 12. Now, for Vesa, a 12-inch charge is an 83% chance. I'm going to take it. Got it with a 19. And then let's check. So, no, I'm not on the objective because when I go out to the 2. So we'll place me here. I'm not on the objective. And I will slash. So I'll use my Trinova Mega Blade. These are 3 5-ups with finesse. And all 3 hit, and that is 3 damage into 3 armor. When damage equals armor, you use a roll from the damage table. And here it says 3 damage, 3 armor is a 4-up. And I hit all 3, let's go. So that's a further 3 damage on Mouse. Mouse now has 5 damage marked. Red line. Red line will activate by placing a beacon and then running. And if I run and I'm not on a beacon, then Helio can deploy off of me, which is fantastic. And oh God, I'm so smart. And that's 22 inches to work with. Now, Helio's not going to be able to really do a ton, but they can set themselves up for next turn. So I think what I'm going to do is go skirt, 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 and kind of do this so that my center point is here, so not much line of sight, but this gives Helio some deployment options. Anna's Finest. Okay, Anna's Finest kind of want to hold that objective. So they are going to place a beacon and run. Ooh, not a good result. You can see when the cards are a little bit more blue bordered, those aren't as good results. You can also see the numbering down there. Okay, you can't see the numbering on this webcam. Anyway, that's not a good result. Oh no, I broke the camera. There we go. Okay, so it is 10. Are you within 16 inches of me? Yes, I only get 10 inches. You know, if I'm being real, I think it's worth working on the flanking strike. Now, I can't get within 5 inches. That's their zone of control. But I can move out here. I feel like this makes it harder for, let's see, if they disengage, they could run and steal this objective. So I'm actually going to place myself here so that I block them and that they don't really have a way to disengage. Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I can maybe flank a little bit better next turn. Oh, yep. And Spearhead. Spearhead are feeling healthy, so they're going to strike with precision. Their talons actually get a little bit better on the strike, so this is going to be 4 up. And I'm definitely re-rolling those 3 ones. Nice. 3 hits. That's enough to wipe the squad for sure. Firestorm is now marked for death, which is a bummer. I really want to take them out. Firestorm is going to go with precision here. So I get 2 controlled flurries, 2 plus 4, 6 ups. Use my reroll. Nope, so that's 1 damage, which basically finishes this guy off. Now, I had 2 health. You had, at the time of attack, I had 0 health and you had more. So my ferocious triggers, bonus attack, 5 6-up rendings, each dealing 1 damage. No precision on this though. An additional 2 health. Great. So I just need to deal one more health to get Spearhead killed. And that is very important for trying to control objective space and get my secondary. Arclight is like, why let them do that? So this would be a 13, this is a 15-inch charge. We're going to try to charge in. Oh, it's a 10. They don't make it, which means that they can move up to basically the zone of control, which is still on the objective. And they do this and shield. It's going to be very, very hard to neutralize that objective now. Ruby. Ruby is not really in a good position anymore. They did excellent work last turn. My goal is to defend territory, and I can't. It's going to be so hard to kill them because they're shielded. But you never know if you don't try. So they are going to run 9 inches. You know, I don't need much. I am not agile because I got to lug this thing around. So I can basically go like this around to here, but that is going to give me a clean shot there. This isn't great. 3 plus 4 is a 7-up. Hits, no penalty, but a 6-up shield. Misses. All right. It's fine. I'm not panicking. All right. Helio. Helio will spawn by running and deflecting. 14 inches. Man, I think hanging out right there so that I can slip through and charge you next turn is a great idea. Violet. I think I gotta try to charge you. And only 1 penalty. So a 12 goes to a 14. I will use my target lock to add +4 to this. Oh, you wasted your target lock. It was a 15, but I don't get on the objective, right? I hold it off. But luckily the angle means that I don't have a penalty because that terrain does not obscure. And I'm going to slash you with my poison blade. 2 3-up attacks. Both hit. And so each one deals 2 damage, which is enough to mark Spearhead for death. And finally, Mouse. Okay, so if Mouse were to disengage, they try to disengage as directly away from enemies as possible. They can't do this because that's my zone of control, so I would have to disengage. Here's the thing. If I disengage, I give up. Right now it's +1. If I give it up, it's -2. That's a 3-point swing. So I'm going to just sit in melee and be like, I'm a tank. Do what you can. And so the last activation of turn 3 is Honor Guard. And I am thinking that maybe Honor Guard can try some spicy shenanigans, but I really think this is the thing. So I think I'm just going to launch a precision missile strike into you. And that's 3 ups plus 4. These become 7 ups. And I hit 2, which means that I think I'm going to use my reroll now. Bummer. Okay, so I had 2 hits. Impact, so I ignore the penalty, but a shield roll. 1 damage. So worth it. Arclight took 1 damage. Hey, every damage counts. All right, now we will resolve damage. You had initiative. You lose these guys. And red gains a point. I get to make a 6-inch adjustment move. Yeah, you do leave a little bit of room on the objective for me right here with your 5-inch zone of control. So I will move like that. And then these guys die, and that's a point back. No one scored their secondaries. Now we'll look at objective control. 1, 2 to 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're contesting a far objective, you still get a point. So that's 2 points here to red, or to green. Target lock goes to red, and now red will get a secondary, but green will not. And we'll go to turn 4. All right, let's roll secondaries. 2, defend territory. All right, I get another chance to defend my territory. And now an unengaged unit may move 6 inches. Or I can mark someone for better targeting. This doesn't look so good. So I think what I'll do is I'll move, it doesn't even put me on the objective, but I think I still need to make that move, get away from Helio, like that. What does green want to do with their support move? I think try to get my gigantic mech in the fight. I always like to try to lock my elbow so I don't accidentally do this and move too far. All right. And now we will go to, do I want to artillery? Do I want to use artillery strike? I don't think it's worth it because I believe, no, actually, I think it's worth it right here. So I'm going to use my artillery strike for 6 ups. Ooh, man, that wasn't good. And this 9, and then shield, so a 6 up, nothing. Okay, great. Target lock had no effect. Vesa is going to strike you with precision. These are 3 5-up finesse attacks. All 3 hit. Shield, I will use my precision here. I get 2 hits, 4 up to deal damage. 1 damage gets through. Ooh, only 2 health left on mouse. Okay. Vanguard. Oh, that's a, man. That's a 15 plus 2 because of the penalty, the agile moving through. That's a 17. The chances of me hitting a 17 is 42%. Run it back, boys. Let's go, 18. Yes. So I'm able to get on the objective. Now, if I can't stand exactly at the 2-inch mark, we adjust to whatever the sort of nearest position I can stand that has the right objective status, which is basically puts me here because it's a gigantic model. And then we'll just carry the penalty forward. So Trinova Mega Blade, these are 3 5-up finesse attacks. This one misses, penalty. 1 hit, 3 damage, -1 armor is 2 marked on Violet. All right. Anna's Finest are going to charge. We always flip, but it's a guaranteed in. Bum, 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 bum. And then I will slash with my JQ12 short swords. This gives me 2 attacks per model, 3 + 1 evasion, 4 up. Miss, miss, miss. Then penalty because you're already in melee. 1 miss. And then shield. Bummer. 2s. All right. That didn't go well. That did not go well. Red line. Red line's going to go precision into Vesa. Why not? These are 5 ups because you're in melee. It's a 6 up. And I'm going to re-roll that so I don't kill my own guy. I still kill my own guy. Oh, that was a bad attack. This takes a penalty and hits. So because it was a 5 or under, I proceed straight to armor, but it's armor piercing, so they take 2 damage. So I actually killed Mouse by shooting at Vesa into melee. Great. It's like it's a 75% chance when you have precision. It won't happen, right? It does, and then you regret it. And Vesa has 2 points. Man, I just can't. I'm not defending my territory. Firestorm will spawn by sprinting, which gives me 22 inches to work with. Sick. Well, if I move here, you'll just light me up. Well, let's see. I can go here, and I can screen for the weapon team, which is nice. You can't charge a unit if a closer unit's zone of control crosses your charge path, right? It's like they would intercept it. You'd have to charge them instead. Okay, Spearhead will spawn by sprinting. And Spearhead, good sprint, 18 inches. And this unit here, good thing we're able to consolidate that objective and not completely lose it. Ruby. Ruby does not have good shots, but Ruby will run, which is 16 inches, but that's enough to do this and get securely on the objective and take a, do I have a shot? Use the laser pointer. I don't know, there seems to maybe be an obstructed shot here. Oh, this is the most awkward angle to try to measure. We're gonna take a judge call and we're gonna say it's an obstructed shot. This is going to be a 6 up, hits, penalty, hits, shield, misses. You know, 1 in 8, we take it. It's not like I had anything better to do. Arclight. Arclight are going to pile into Violet. Now it's less than 8 inches, so it's guaranteed, but we always flip the card. They run in there. Get her, boys! She's vulnerable! And then they're going to attack with their Core World Standard Template Combat Knives. 3 + 3. 6 ups. No. No, no. Penalty. No, no, no. Nothing. And if I just bumped the camera and destroyed the shot, I apologize. No, that looks about right. Okay. Violet. Man, I mean, it's worth a point to stay on the objective, but I will probably die next turn, which will then lose me the point anyways. And I'm not defending territory. So I'm going to disengage. I roll 2 dice per engaged enemy, and then each one below my number is a damage. My number is a 4+. So you can see here, 3 passed, 1 failed. So I take 1 damage, going to 3 damage on Violet. And then I disengage by moving 8 inches directly away from enemies. They can each make a 6-inch consolidation move, which they will do like so. Oh my God, dude. Why is your base so big? This is what happens when you're compensating for something and then you think that you just want to crank up that scale modifier in Blender, and then you actually have to play with it on the tabletop and you're like, gosh, I wish I went to therapy instead. But no, not allowed, no therapy. I'm a man, I have to be angry all the time. All right, let's see. It is disengage, then I may make my supplemental action. I may run, activate deflectors, or call aid. I am going to run, which is 18 inches. And I am going to run here and take this building. All right, Helio is up. Helio loses their shield. Yeah, Helio says that's a charge I would love to execute. And that is, we'll call it an 11, which we got with a 15. And we're in. I don't think it's obscured. I think we're just ready to go. Pujessa, Poison Blade, 3 up. Pop, pop. Bow, bow. All right, Honor Guard. What is this tank even doing? Is this tank? All right, Honor Guard's running, I guess. Because I need to get away. I don't want to get charged. So I'm going to put myself right here. Beep, 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 beep. Oh my God. And then that is an unobstructed shot with my IOQ broadside system. 2 4-ups. 1 hits, 3 damage marked on Vanguard. And now Mouse activates. Mouse is marked for death. They're just gonna accept their fate. There's no point in disengaging. They can't move anyways. And so we will resolve damage at the end of the turn. So red team will resolve damage by losing these 2, and green team will resolve damage by losing the tank. And that is 2 points in red's favor, as an AX-48 medium battle tank is almost always a prize. Now I get to make moves like this, adjustment moves, 6-inch adjustment moves like that. Sweet. And we'll go to objective control. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3. It's contested, so I get 1 point for it. So it's only 1 point in favor there, but still target lock and secondary goes to red going into turn 5. So we will roll the secondary for red. Let's hope it's not a 2. It's a 1. Territorial expansion. Move onto a major objective. So it's an objective that is either neutral or enemy. So I either have to contest an objective that is not mine, or move on to one that's either neutral or contested. All right. Did anyone call for aid? No, nobody called for aid because I don't like healing, I guess. I don't care. Fight till you die, and then we'll send a nice letter to your mother, and you can know that you did an amazing thing for your country, because war is wonderful and actually really good for the economy, and I can't wait to go back. Okay, do I want to move someone 6 inches? You, hold on! Ooh, that would be a pretty insane flanking move. I don't think I'm going to be able to do much about that. What do I want to do? I am going to actually spot Honor Guard so that shots and charges against them have plus 4 inches. And then I am going to have Anna's Finest make a 6-inch move. Bum, 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 bum. Love my cavalry. I'm obsessed. They're so much fun to build. All right. Target lock. Yeah, you know what? No. No. Don't use your artillery. Save it. I'm going to go into orders. Vessa's going to charge. It's guaranteed. Boom. I am going to use my Trinova Mega Blade 5-up finesse. Only 1 hit. That is a kill, though. And then I am going to cash in my target lock for a bonus attack. 5-up. 6-up. 6-up rending. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage going through. Yes, dude. Yes. Unit is marked for death. That's a big play because that is my far objective now. It's not over yet. Vanguard. Well, what's the point of trying to charge her if she 19 minus 4 is 15. We got it with a 22. Bum, 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 bum. Charge! Trinova Mega Blade. For Trinova, never forget. 5+. Ooh. 2 hits. 4-up. Armor check. 2 hits. Wow. Honor Guard has 4 damage on them? No, Ruby has 4 damage on them. Honor Guard has 2 damage on them. Honor Guard hasn't been hit yet. All right, Anna's Finest are going to sprint. They don't get the bonded trigger. Oh, 20 inches. It's just not enough. It's just not enough. Oh, man, that is such a bummer. Well, I guess we'll just move here and prepare. Well, let's see. Mouse is going to spawn next turn, and I don't want them to be able to move on to the objective, so I'm going to have to do this in order to block that, and then this can be my objective. That would have been so sick. Red line is going to try to run and defend that objective. I mean, 27's plenty. Now, how close can I get? 5-inch zone of control. I won't be able to keep you off the objective. If you charge me, it's off, but we can share it. It doesn't matter. We got to try to go. Vatek AP 5 + 3, 8 ups. Nothing. All right, Firestorm is going to strike with precision. There's no point in surviving. So we've got 4 attacks here. Controlled Flurry, 2 plus 3. This is a 5-up, and I said precision. And wait, roll the tapes back. Did that change? I thought that hit. You know what? They're all 5-ups. Okay, all 4 hit. 2 damage minus 1. Each one is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1 times 4 is 4. All right, Helio has 4 damage marked. Now at the beginning of the attack, when I attacked you, you had 6 health, I had 4, so my Ferocious triggers. And I get that bonus attack, which is a 6-up rending. Another 4 damage. You're screwed. You mess with my crazy lizard shock troops, bro, you get got. Spearhead, precision into you. Finesse Talon Strike, 4-up. It's an 8-up, so I'm going to use it here. 4-up, all 4 hit. 2 damage, 4 armor is an 8-up, and I deal 1 additional damage to Vesa. I don't know, things might be turning around here. Things might be turning around here. All right, Ruby, you know what? What does Ruby want to do? Ruby doesn't really have a lot of options. But Ruby's going to go precision into Vanguard. So this is a 3-up, becoming a 6-up. I don't want to hit my own tank, so I'm using my precision reroll. I hit my own tank. Oh God, that's 5 damage on Honor Guard. Oh no, I go to 7. Oh my God. Oh, that was so bad. Here's the thing. There was like a 2-streak game where I was just launching into melee and I was not getting punished. And so my stupid man brain is like, it works, bro. And no, it doesn't work. And now I'm starting to understand, hey, there's a reason why I made the statistics the way they were. And I still seem to think it's more effective than it is. All right, Arclight are just gonna precision try to light up, try to light you up precision right here. And so that is my Malena 8Y-4 carbines. Good to see that Malena's handled their Raider problem, and they're back to making weapons, which is the best thing you can do for the economy. All right, 4 plus 3, 7-up. Oh, that's a lot of 6s. Okay, so 3 hit, and then that is nothing. All right, penalty, 6-up, 1, 2, 3 hits, and each one will do 1 damage to Violet. Oh, Violet's marked for death. Violet is marked for death with 6. Now Violet can go down a hero. So Violet is going to run, which is 18, which is enough to sit here. And that gives my territorial expansion, and I get a point. Let's go, because you're not dead yet. And then I am going to point blank sniper these fools right here. 2-up. Bang! And that's enough to get a kill. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but anytime my A4 Kraken hits, I'm jazzed. Helio's marked for death, but Helio's gonna go down swinging. Pujessa Prime, 3+ precision. I will use my reroll. Hit! Bow, bow! I have to declare this precision before the hit roll. I can read my own mind. I know what I was planning to do. Now I'm in a really rough spot. If I try to disengage, I will probably die. But if I chill, I will also probably die. I am more likely to die if I try to disengage though. So I am just gonna pop a shield and chill. Man, that did not go well for me at all. Okay. And mouse will spawn by sprinting, which is 24 inches. Now I'm blocked here, but I think I can, see the thing is they're dead. You'll just charge me. So I think what I need to do is if I want to have any effect in the fight, I need to do something like this and end up about here. Let's make sure I'm not cheating. Yeah, that was a clean move. All right, now let's resolve damage. Violet dies, point for green, and these two die. Now, green will resolve their damage. They die. That's a point for red. I may make a 6-inch adjustment move. I will do that. And I die. That's a point for red. I may make a 6-inch adjustment move, which is that. And Helio, mouse. Okay, damage is resolved. Let's look at objective control. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4. We are tied. Nobody gets target lock because we are 4 to 4, but red is currently winning, so green going into the final turn will get a secondary. Let's go ahead and do that right now. They rolled a 2, which is foster cooperation. They score a point if they attack less than 3 times. Can they attack twice and still win the game? If they only need that point, it's probably not going to happen. All right. No one called for aid. Executing one support mission. My support mission will be this. Yay! All right. Do I want to execute a support mission? Yes, I will run the fuck away. Beep, 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 beep. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what? Maybe that wasn't a super legal move because I'm moving all the terrain. This is a motor vehicle, so it's a conventional motor vehicle, so it is obstructed. So it itself counts as tall blocking terrain, so it doesn't move through things. No one gets target lock. I get a secondary, so we move to orders, and Vesa is going to stay where they are and launch. No, has no shots. So is just going to shield themselves, try to take less damage. And Vanguard is going to strike with precision. Trinova Mega Blade. 5 up. I will re-roll those precision. 1 hit, no penalty. Shield. Nothing. Oh my God, Honor Guard survives, dude. She's the best, bro. I love my tank. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see what's up. Okay, that was 1 attack. This is my attack counter here, okay? I have attacked once. If I attack 3 times, I don't get the point. I don't get the point. Anna's Finest. Let's see, if I charge you, then I won't be on the objective, so I need to run. which is a 27. And I'm going to make sure that I execute this move cleanly. Basically, I am going to run my 27 inches all the way around here. And then if at the end of the game, if you have a lot of residual damage on your units, your opponent will get a point. But I think that it's worth it to deal that damage than to try to save it. Well, let's see. I could deal 3 damage if I don't, and then you could probably deal 2. So I think it's worth it for me to take the shot here. So sharp tip cartridge carbines, 2 + 2, 4 up. 2 hits, 2 damage. Nice. So that's 2 damage on Redline. Now Redline, as soon as I touch it, I break the beacon. Now Redline has to try to hold that to try to get in to do their thing. Their charging isn't very good. Their RAM isn't very good. So they're just going to precision with the Vatek. We're just going to shoot each other. 5 + 3 is 8. Reroll. That is 2 damage marked on Anna's Finest. So we kind of ended up trading 2 damage each. Firestorm are going to attempt to charge here, because that would be a huge shutdown. And I believe, 13's about as good as I can measure that. And we're in with a 14. All right. I am going to slash. I have 2 attacks. Controlled Flurry, 2 + 1 is a 3 up. Both hit. 2 damage, 3 armor is a 7 up. 1 hits, so that's 1 damage on Mouse. Now my Ferocious triggers. 1, 2, an additional 2 damage. So I do 3 damage to Mouse. Now every little bit of damage matters, even on the last turn, because if there's enough residual damage, you'll get a bonus point. Spearhead. Oh, you left room for me. Spawn by sprinting. Oh, good thing I said sprinting. 18 inches. Yes, I can share it. Oh, that cost you an objective. That cost you a point. I don't know why. I think I was trying to defend a charge here. I should have maybe put myself in the center. But hey, it's a strategy game. Sometimes you make decisions and they don't work out. All right. Ruby. If Ruby hits Mouse, Mouse dies. And if Ruby hits Firestorm, Firestorm doesn't die. So I'm gonna do it. All right, this is a 6 up. Yes! All right, penalty. This is a precision shot, by the way. Miss, reroll. No, but I didn't kill Firestorm. So we put ourselves in a winning position and we didn't get completely punished. Let me make sure the cards are still visible. All right. Arclight. Arclight kind of want to get the kill here and think that, yeah, you can weather the storm. But there's only two. Oh, see, Violet took that one out. And so now I only get 4 attacks with my Milena 8Y-4. Conventional carbines. 4 + 4. This is 1 through 5, I hit Mouse. 8+, I hit them. Precision. So obviously, I'm re-rolling these. Okay. 2, let's look. First up, we'll do the 2 that hit Spearhead. These are 6-up penalties. Nothing. All right. Now, we will proceed to armor, and it is 2 damage, 3 armor, so 7+. 1 additional damage on Mouse. 4. See, I'm slowly learning that it's really risky to shoot into melee. Violet is going to, man, that's kind of rough. I'm going to spawn by sprinting 24 inches. Is there any chance? You know, I think I might actually be able to swing it. Okay. So I have to avoid you. See, this is the kind of the last turn shenanigans where you start busting out all the special toolers because you actually secretly really want red team to win because you recently painted their cavalry and tank, and so you're emotionally attached. And I have 24 inches, and I can totally slip in there. I think we established, ooh, yeah, I've got an extra 2 inches. I can totally slip in. Hee hee. Am I able to get, you know, am I? No, I can't. Because it's too blocked. Between this zone of control and this zone of control, that is not a legal move. Judge, my opponent made an illegal move. Judge. Okay. I have 24 inches on my sprint. What do I want to do? I am going to run around and just back up this objective. It's better than nothing. Helio will spawn by sprinting 22 inches, and they'll just hang out here. And Honor Guard lived. Honor Guard is not going to try to disengage because that is surefire death. And the same with Mouse. Mouse doesn't really have anything they can do of value. So we're going to resolve damage. No one died this turn, which is crazy. And then let's see, how many times did you attack? Vanguard attacked, Red Line attacked, Spearhead did not attack, Arclight attacked. Oh, see, Arclight, no. Wait, that was last, oh yeah, Arclight attacked here. Oh, man, had I not attacked, I would have scored Foster Cooperation and gotten a victory point. You see, this is why decisions actually matter in this game, slightly, maybe. Maybe it's just dice luck, I don't know, TBD. Download the rules for free at blueechogames.com and see for yourself. Okay, objective control. 1, 2, 3 to 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is another point for red. So they go up by 2. And now even if they scored 1 point for residual damage and they didn't, it'd still be a win. Residual damage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a point for red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. And so both players would get the point for residual damage. So red in a nail biter wins by 2. Had that attack gone through, it would have been a totally different game. Had they not attacked, and that would have, and so had Vanguard gotten that kill, 2-point prize, it would have been a draw. And then if they hadn't attacked, that would have been a win for green. Had they blocked that off, they would have been able to hold on better no matter what. So there's some interesting stuff happening on the last turn as I played myself and could read the enemy's mind. But I think it was still a cool game to show how the secondaries and the artillery, or the target lock, they do a good job of keeping both players in the game. It is a bit of a soft, shock absorber, rubber banding style mechanic. And I've been really enjoying this sort of feeling that if the dice don't go my way or I flip some bad movement cards, I get this secondary, I get this fun little toy to play with. I get other things. And it means that pretty much both players are having fun throughout the whole time. And if it goes well for one player in one part of the map, then the other player usually gets some resources which they can use elsewhere. And so it feels a little bit more like horizontal variance, like better here, worse here, rather than just better for one person, worse for the other. Thank you so much for hanging out and listening, and I hope you enjoyed this demo test stream. In the comments, if there's anything that was weird, like you had trouble viewing the cards or the dice, or you had trouble hearing my voice, or there was background noise, please let me know. We try to do as many quality assurance checks as possible, but definitely smash your head against that keyboard in the comments. Let me know if you had any technical issues. Also, let us know what kind of stuff you want to see. Do you want to see more symmetrical match play like this? Do you want to see more narrative scenarios? What are you in the mood for? Blue Echo Games as a YouTube channel is very new, and we're really excited to hear what anyone who comes across us wants more of. And if you're in the Chicago area, hop in the Discord, let us know what's up. We would love to meet you at a game store, jam some Shattered Moon, and maybe if you're vibing, we can have you over in the studio here and you can be a part of the stream. If you're not in the Chicago area, still hop in the Discord, hang out with us. And if you are a human being who likes sci-fi, then go to blueechogames.com, and then you can check out the Shattered Moon homepage, and we have a Mayetu faction book here. This is something I printed at Kinko's. This is 90 pages of data sheet with lore. All of this that you see here, this is just lore straight up. At the end of the book, we've got documents on the different factions and stuff. So all of that black text you see, that's just science fiction right here. Here's just some Mayetu propaganda. Do you want to join a colony ship? They need you. And we're really excited for this journey to really kick off with our public Alpha 1. Personally, I want to thank everyone who has helped me so far, been encouraging, played my janky prototypes, and helped me get to this point where we have a smooth game. And I hope all of you have a wonderful time. And Mitchell from Blue Echo Games is signing off. So good to see all of you. Please subscribe, like, do all of that YouTube stuff so that we can trick the algorithm into thinking I know what I'm doing. And every Sunday afternoon, we will be doing something like this, and then we'll try to do some bonus streams as well. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful night.